It's just
Greetings from the set of Metro and More at Metropolitan Community College, serving more than 50,000 students with over 120 programs at our 8 locations in the daytime, evening, weekends, or online. Hi everybody, I'm your host, Kent Pavelka. Welcome again to Metro and More. More of what you need to know about Metropolitan Community College. Our topic for the next half hour ahead, Heartland Workforce Solutions. And my guests are Tammy Green, MCC Project Manager, and Erin Porterfield, the Executive Director of Heartland Workforce Solutions. Treat to have you both on the show.
Good morning.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm fine. We're anxious to find out a lot about Heartland Workforce Solutions. Before we jump into that, a little background about both of you, if you wouldn't mind sharing. Tammy,
Excellent.
you want to go first?
You bet. I am a project manager for here at Metro Community College, and I oversee the Proto grant, or Project Proto, which stands for Providing Realistic On-Ramps to Technology Occupations. And we've had a wonderful opportunity to combine 2 Department of Labor grants, one through the U.S. Department of Labor and the other through the Nebraska Department of Labor, to provide on-ramping and workforce support into technology and technology-enabled jobs.
Very good. How long have you been with the college?
Almost 3 years now.
Yeah, we've done a show together.
We have.
Explored that in detail, but we can drill down to Heartland Workforce Solutions.
Yep.
Erin, tell us about yourself. What's your background?
I am a social worker by trade and by training. So I serve as the Executive Director for Heartland Workforce Solutions. Today is actually my 3-year anniversary, so
Congratulations.
good times ahead, good times past. Heartland Workforce Solutions serves as a collective impact for the workforce system. We serve a 3-county area, Douglas, Sarpy, Washington, and the aim is a full employment community. So whatever we need to do in order to help understand business needs and career seeker needs and match those up so that there is 0 unemployment and less poverty.
What's the history of the organization? How long has it been around, and how have you been with it since the inception?
No, I haven't. I serve as the 2nd executive director. It was started in 2010. It is a nonprofit and also quasi-governmental. So we have a board of directors that is our own nonprofit, but it is prescribed through the Department of Labor for who can serve on our board of directors. Mayor Stothert is our chief elected official, but we make our own decisions.
And there is a physical location for Heartland Workforce
Yes,
Solutions?
we are located at 5752 Ames here in Omaha, and that serves as our American Job Center. It's a drop-in, low hassle, easy access location right on the bus route. People can drop in for job search, resume assistance, workshops, and also employers can recruit through that location.
Very good. Thanks, Erin. What's the relationship between the college and Heartland Workforce Solutions, Tammy?
The grant actually opened up an opportunity for us to collaborate with Heartland Workforce Solutions in the way that part of the mechanism in order to assist individuals and students here at Metro into jobs was by partnering and building a community that was work ready, not only addressing the academic needs for students, but also to provide support services through our coaching and iBest instructors. And then another piece of it where Heartland Workforce Solution comes in is making sure that we have built a system that helps them prepare for work called a work ready system. And that would be making sure that we're assessing their current work readiness around their reading skills, their math skills, their locating information, listening for understanding skills, those skills that would make them successful on the job, along with their academics.
Do you want to add anything to how the partnership works?
You know, the partnership, Tammy and I work a lot together, as well as my additional staff and other Metro staff, teaming up to understand what are those business needs, and therefore what are the talents that they're looking for. How do we ready the people that come through the center with about 16 to 1,800 people, unique people coming through the American Job Center per month. Many of those folks are looking at skill building, and they can select various training programs. Some of those are at Metro Community College. We team up also to understand what are those high demand positions, occupations, and industries, so that we can get super focused on what skills we can offer and link and sometimes pay for people to obtain in order to get careers on their path. Not only that front level job, but also how do they ladder up in positions through their career.
So just so we understand, everybody understands the way this works, we're talking about referrals from the organization to the college to better enable them to get in the workforce.
And vice versa.
Oh, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to ask.
Yeah.
Does it work the other way? And once,
Yep.
you know, I'm going to be a graduate, how do I get a job? Call Erin, right?
Well, pretty much. So vice versa, the way it works is, of course, we have the referrals coming from the agencies that reside at Heartland Workforce Solutions, or the one-stop location. And then the unique thing about this project is that at MCC we have coaches that help with making sure that those students are successful while they're here at MCC, whether that be attaining their certifications, CDL trainings, or specifically their degrees in IT, or on our MCC side, and then Heartland Workforce Solutions and the agencies that are there at the One Stop have the case management services that make sure that the things, their personal barriers that might come up are also addressed. And so that's what really helps the success of that.
So that's the nature of the referral from MCC to Heartland to your organization. Are those more personal things? Is that what you're saying?
Also payment methods.
Yes.
We have many partners that are on site at our American Job Center that can pay for training based on eligibility. All sorts of different kinds of training, but it can also include the equipment for that occupation. It can include clothing for that occupation and other kinds of incidentals that they might need in order to obtain the education, get the degree or the certification, and then get the job.
Yep.
I think the bottom line here, our objective on the television show, is to let people know who might benefit from your services. So what's the best way for folks to explore this? Telephone number, websites, whatever?
Yes, and I think the telephone number is on the website that they're going to flash. And also you can connect via email, but also probably one of the best ways to just stop in. You don't need an appointment. It's open from 8 to 5. The address is 5752 Ames. You'll be greeted with a cheery greeting and quickly understand what are the kind of resources available that you may not know about that could help you meet your needs for your career path. The assistance is immediate. For some programs, there are eligibility criteria. You might have to bring an ID and some other information, but you can be sure that as soon as you walk in, you get immediate help and understanding for what resources you might be entitled to.
And I'm assuming, Tammy, that you identify the students and make sure that the MCC students know about the resources available.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that's where the power of our coaching services that we have here comes in, because a lot of times if there are students that are meeting with those coaches here at MCC, they know about the services at Heartland Workforce Solutions, and then they do the referrals back to Heartland Workforce Solutions for those assistance programs.
Sounds like a great program. It really does.
Yes.
Is it unique? I mean, it's not as if you know, the attempt to assist people hasn't occurred before. I mean, is this a unique approach?
Yes, Heartland Workforce Solutions is really geared towards a collective impact. So we have lots of partners throughout our whole community, and many of those are found at our 5752 Ames American Job Center location. But there are partners that do workforce training or job linkage or resume assistance throughout our whole community. We serve as that collective impact agency to help everyone get connected to make sure that businesses know how they can recruit throughout the community, and also so that people, career seekers, can know what are various services in their neighborhoods that could be best fit for them. One example of an innovative partnership that Metro and Heartland Workforce Solution has is that we were both identifying the need with the Latino Center of the Midlands, and in meeting with them identified office space so that we can begin offering our services there in South Omaha. Additionally, Due Space was identifying that a lot of people were coming looking for jobs, developing resumes, asking for help for a job search, and we were asked to offer services there. So actually, coming up on Mondays, we will be offering services together there at the Due Space.
Did you have something to add?
You know, one of the partnerships that I think has really helped us in our community is the National Career Readiness Certification Program. The unique thing about that certification program is that individuals are able to first do remediation through the Key Train program, and then they're able to go through and take
What's the
an assessment.
Key Train program?
Key Train is a training program. It's different, but meant to basically be administered in conjunction with academics. The Key Train program is designed to teach those work readiness concepts. It allows a person who's going into a call center situation to be trained on how to do things like listen for understanding, how to locate information quickly. Those things are not always covered academically, and so that is one of the failure points when we do a partnership with a company. We can have somebody who's completely trained in Java programming, and they excel in it, in fact, with a 4.0, but they may not have some of those work readiness skills. And so with this collaboration with the National Career Readiness, it allows people to be able to tell a company that they have the work readiness skills along with the academic skills for those positions.
Who are we talking about? That is there any one group or a couple, three groups of like people that are needing this solution?
Well, mainly we're talking about people who are either unemployed or underemployed or looking to career ladder up. So that looks like any number of us. It could look like veterans or people who have experienced a disability. It could look like people who have had a barrier in their background that they can't seem to find a way around. We can assist them with how they can articulate their skills to businesses. So one of the things that we are responsive to is listening to businesses, and businesses were coming to us saying, I don't know what skills somebody brings to me. How do I know? Is there an assessment or something that you can provide to them so that I know what skills I'm getting? And this was an answer to that business inquiry, the National Career Readiness Certificate, because it helps people that ordinarily are having a hard time articulating their skills to very clearly articulate those to the business who recognizes the National Career Readiness Certificate.
That's interesting. That's an interesting dilemma, isn't it? I mean, I
is.
wouldn't have thought that if I hire somebody that I would be without knowledge
Right.
of what they can do.
Yeah, and another thing that's come up is that people who have taken the National Career Readiness Certificate, a job seeker, a career seeker, hasn't known sometimes what has been a barrier to them getting successful in their position. So
that's a part of it?
that's a part of it. And then there are the key trains, so that somebody who identifies a lower performance area, that they know what to do in order to increase their performance and articulate that better. Another example is a young woman who was doing some work experience at our American Job Center, and she was answering the phone and helping people understand what services we provide. Well, she ended up taking the National Career Readiness Certificate and performing at a platinum level, which is significant. She had no idea that she possessed the skills that
Would give her a platinum.
exactly, and she had no idea that she could articulate that skill to various occupations that could pay good money, and those skills are in demand. So it helped her gain confidence and have a firm certification that she could use with an employer with confidence.
Tell me that was a happy ending. There's a happy ending to that story. She's employed gainfully now.
Well, actually, she's looking at offers. So this
Well,
is
there you go.
this is this
That's
is good.
Yeah, not offer, but offers. That's good.
Having choice, yeah.
It's wonderful.
I think that speaks to the heart of the partnership, is that we're really focusing on making sure that we're changing the story for a lot of people in our community, especially in those high unemployment, high poverty areas of our community, that we're able to move people from unemployment to employment, from a minimum wage job to a job that pays a sustainable wage that they can take care of their family.
Do we have in this community a industry or multiple industries that are more in need of employees than others? I mean, do you have a list of employers, and some are on the top because they're always looking for jobs, and then that enables you to train and to guide
Yes.
your prospects?
Yes, we're always keeping our eye on the labor market information and the high demand industries. And you can see actually a lot of the responsiveness happening here at MCC with the Kate Center, et cetera. So you have industries of high demand which look like transportation, distribution, and logistics. We're in that.
What does that mean?
That looks like trucking, for example, having product and then locating the product someplace else, housing the product until it's ready to go out, distributing throughout the country or beyond. This is a high demand area for that kind of thing. Also, IT. We've identified a considerable lack in our community for IT skills. So what do we need to do in order to meet the business demand? And there are many partners and training programs that we work with to do that. MCC is one of those. Financial, healthcare is another.
Wow.
Even right now, we have healthcare providers telling us that they have 600 positions open. Another healthcare provider saying they have 800 positions open. And this isn't just doctors and nurses. This is anything that you would need in order to run a small city. That's what a hospital looks like,
Sure.
or a healthcare system looks like. So once we really understand these kinds of demands, we can get focused on helping people train to meet them.
And what kind of a training obstacle is it at that point for folks? I mean, let's say they come to MCC because they've been identified as having those skills. Are we talking about getting a certificate or a degree in order to get this employment opportunity?
In some cases, it is a certificate. In others, it's a degree that leads on to a bachelor's or a master's or associate's degree program. The most important piece that we've identified from this is that whether it be a certificate or whether it be an associate's degree or on from there, is that a lot of the individuals that are coming into MCC or through Heartland Workforce Solutions, their first priority is to make sure that they have a job to feed themselves and their family.
In the interim?
In the interim. And so what we do is collaboratively, we connect them with those jobs, and at the same time, the employers are allowing them flexible schedules that will allow them to continue their education or their certification program.
Sounds like you've identified, I mean, the whole thing is laid out pretty extensively here. There aren't any holes in it.
I think that one of the things that we do together is articulate a common alignment of goals and best practices. One of the things that you talk about a lot, Tammy, is the earn and learn. And there could be some businesses that are listening to us this morning. Maybe talk a little bit about the earn and learn model.
The earn and learn model is different than your normal internship type of a program. The earn and learn model is to immediately address a person's need to get employed. We focus on high wage, high need positions, healthcare, IT, transportation, because those positions not only have high demand and there's a lot of jobs, so companies that are looking for those positions are willing to be flexible in hours so that they can have not only a strong employee, but that person is also able to get their education. And the Earn and Learn program allows them to attend MCC, continue with their education at the same time, either maintaining a part-time or full-time job that we've connected them with. And our coaching system within that Earn and Learn program actually enforces their ability to be able to maintain both schedules, not
Yeah.
only on the job, but also at MCC.
So in this particular case, the individual has been identified as having those abilities, or potentially having those abilities,
Yeah.
but not necessarily any skills at
Right.
this point, right?
Right.
And the employer knows that too.
Right.
That's cool. So I walk in, 57th and Ames, and I say, Erin, help me out. I'm unemployed. I have no idea what my skills are, my interests are. What can you do for me?
The very first thing that happens is that you're welcomed there. It is hard at any time for any of us to ask for help sometimes. We want to make sure that it's a happy and easy access location. You'd be greeted by the receptionist, who would then ask if that was your first time. And if so, ask if we could take a couple of moments and learn a little bit more about what it is you're looking for or needing. And then off into an interview room, we talk a little bit about what brings you here, what your goals might be. And if you don't know what your goals are, that's okay. And this will help us identify any number of the partners who are either on site at the 57th and Ames location or off-site. But some things that people identify are, I'm a veteran and I'm looking for what you can do for veterans. And we have veteran services right there on site and available immediately. It could be that someone is expressing a disability that they haven't needed to figure out before in terms of employment. And we have vocational rehabilitation on site, as well as Commission for the Blind. It could be too that people come saying, maybe just re-entering from being incarcerated and are trying to figure out, how the heck do you find a job now, and how do you develop a resume that doesn't sell your past but more your future and your skills. So we connect people with reentry services also. Could be too that you're a youth who is not in school or working and maybe didn't graduate, and you're trying to figure out what are resources available, and we have resources available there.
Yeah, that's the one the
Yeah.
theoretical that I threw at you. I don't know what
I don't
what I
know.
want to do. I don't know what
Yeah.
my skills are. I don't necessarily belong in any of those groups you talked about.
Right, and there are more. There are Indian services too. There are any number of services on site. And what we would do is look for, where would the person want to start? And if there isn't a particular program, population specific thing, there are also people available right now, right here, to help with resume, to help with labor market information, so you can figure out, if I get whatever skill, what kind of money can I get? What is the hiring demand? We can get people off on the right foot there. There are computer skills training classes. Everything is offered for free. You don't have to sign up ahead of time. There are Department of Labor programs also that are either industry specific or eligibility specific. And mainly it is a need-based program. And any number of the partners say, tell me what your need is and let's figure out, where do you want to start. Starts with assessment, followed by career planning. Figure out what referrals are needed, what should be paid for, what can be paid for, what the transportation access is.
So
all
again,
sorts of things.
I'm the one who's come in and you've assessed me now.
Yeah.
So now what happens? You tell me this
Based
is
on
this,
what, yeah,
this is
based,
the conclusions we've come to. These are the best opportunities maybe for you, or
well, yeah, it would actually be, where would you like to start? Of the list of things that we've talked about, where would you like to start? And let's pretend
at the
that
top.
that
Erin.
you the lottery, that's where I'd like to start.
Yeah.
Depending on where you'd like to start, then let's say, for example, veteran services, and you say, yeah, that seems like a fit for me. We would make that immediate contact to veteran services right there on site, introduce you to that person, who would then take you through the process to get you lined up with what it is you'd like to do. Let's say, for example, you identify truck driving as something that you'd like to explore. then we look at labor market information, help you understand what does the wage look like, what are the occupations available, what's kind of the real deal of trucking. You don't have to be gone for a week. You could be gone
Right.
just during the day. There are choices, and identify what choices would you like to make and how quickly you want to get there. Let's say, for example, you're looking for training for trucking, and we would provide you with a list of training providers.
Including
MCC is one of
MCC,
those.
yes.
Absolutely. And you might identify how quick you want to complete that training, and that would drive some of your need. You might want to select transportation options. Whatever it is, identify what you identify as the best fit for you, and then get you launched on your way, all the while with cheerleading and follow up along the way.
Notice that we have, so here's where the partnership comes in. So when a person comes in for veteran services at Heartland Workforce Solutions, then they're referred to the veteran services at Heartland Workforce Solutions. And then we also like to collaborate with our veteran services here at Metro Community College. Same with our disability services, our reentry programs. So the idea is to complement each other and
Sure.
each other's services, and make sure that when they're here at MCC, that they have a coach or wraparound services for them to be successful in their educational attainment, along with working with their case managers at the various organizations that are there.
How's it worked out so far in terms of how many people would benefit from the next step being MCC in some role?
While I don't know how many people have been referred to MCC, we do know that referral happens a lot, and throughout the month, throughout the day for our partners. We have a number of educational providers depending on what the occupation is desired. But one of the benefits, I think, of our partnership with MCC is that it's a dynamic relationship. So we might have an employer come to us saying, holy cow, we need this many Class B truck drivers within 8 weeks. What can you do for us? And we will then rally up our employer or our training providers, MCC is one of those, to say, help us understand more what you need and the time frame, and let's figure out if the class schedule fits or what we can change within the class training
That's great.
format to meet that specific need within the time frame that employer needs
Rather
it.
than, no, it doesn't fit our schedule. And,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
Only a couple minutes left. What have I not addressed that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, I think one thing, while we have lots going on at Heartland Workforce Solutions, one of the things I think that we are most proud right now is the partnership that is the Career Readiness to Eliminate Disparities. Tammy talked about one of those tools, which is the National Career Readiness Certificate, but the two other aspects of that programming is to have businesses creatively recruit in areas of high poverty, high unemployment in our community. And by doing that, we will look at faith communities. How do we help businesses recruit talent in faith communities and neighborhoods specific for high poverty? And another thing is really maintaining that high demand industry focus. While many positions are available, say part-time and low wage, we want to focus on the upper wage, full-time.
Tammy?
You know, I think one of the things that I could add to that is that the partnerships that we have with our companies are expanding and they're flourishing. There is some systems change happening within our partner companies that would allow for them to change their processes to reach into communities that are high unemployment and typically low wage communities, to increase their wages and to increase the opportunity for individuals to move from a entry-level position up into even one of their more executive level positions.
Perfect. Tammy, Erin, thank you.
Thank you,
Heartland
Kent.
Workforce Solutions. And thank you for being with us on Metro and More. Our goal is to better acquaint you with the mission, the leadership, and the reach of the college. I'm Kent Pavelka for Metropolitan Community College. If you have comments or questions about the program, please email us at metrovision@mccneb.edu. Thanks for watching.
This has been a Metrovision production produced by Metropolitan Community College.
This is Metropolitan Community College, where students connect with jobs. Choose from more than 100 1- and 2-year career programs on campus and online. Get started at mccneb.edu.